What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan 1, and I'm back again with another Transformer figure review. Once again, I do have to apologize. The finale of Season 4 of Goofs, thanks to a lot of circumstances that have come up recently, I will be finishing it relatively soon. The only problem is that my mode of usage of said tablet, it's gone down. As in, I no longer can use it as of the moment, so... Anywho, here we are, right at the moment. We are taking a look at the Transformers Kingdom Leader Class Galvatron. And before we get into the nitpicks and all that other fun stuff, I have to make something clear here. Two things I did with my figure. The first one, I cannot fix the shoulders because I am very afraid of breaking this thing because it is a little fragile. It's a little fragile. The second thing I did was I rubbed off the dirt or the grime pieces like the box would show. If I had, I do have the box sitting right here, but I don't have the instructions as the moment. But with this one, it comes with some form of like scuffy, dirty grubbiness on some parts of his arms and on his chest. They were like a light, like a very dark, like a very, very light purple. So I rubbed it off because it made no sense to me as to why it was there. So this figure is completely grub free on the purple bits. The legs I can live with. So yeah. And once again, I have to say, very thanks to Big Bad Toy Store. I had this sitting in my shopping cart, said it hadn't shipped yet, and then I got a magical shipping notice, and ta-da! So, anywho, without further ado, let's start talking about the figure, and I have to say, this is a very, very beautiful G1-y Galvatron. Like, you can't get much more Galvatron than that. I mean, looks exactly the way he destroyed Starscream in Transformers 1986. Oops, did I spoil that? I'm sorry. You guys should have at least seen that movie by now. If you haven't, it's free on YouTube. Go watch it. So yeah. And I gotta say, like, it's really good looking. So something about my figure, I don't know if this is my copy only, but I cannot get this tab to line up correctly with this piece right here. I just can't get it to line up right there. I just physically can't get this to line up. I've tried, and I feel like I'm gonna break it. And it's on both sides. I cannot, for the life of me, get them like flush to tab in correctly. So that's a little bit of a misfortune. But all in all, it's still a pretty good figure. You do get your collector card in there as always, which I don't have it right at the moment, but I believe I got Dinobot. So with the figure, it comes with a few accessories. The first one, well, technically the first two, if we're going to get real technical, are these two little guns that are shaped like the Revenge, otherwise known as the shuttle or ship that Unicron gave to Galvatron when he was being transformed. So yeah, and you do come with two of these, and they do tab together to form like a weapon. Pretty much two tabs, two sides, not that difficult to figure out. Sandwich those two, and you get this. Now, just a fair warning, my copy has a tendency, like if you push on it just a hair, oh, now it's going to be good for me because it's up. There we go. So, but these two things here, one of mine is kind of stressing a bit, but nothing that can't be, fixed with a hair dryer or something like that. And these do store on vehicle mode. They do store. There are these little slots here, and they're going to go into these pieces here are going to go right into those slots. So you just got to line them up just so, and if you can get it to line up, maybe this one goes on the other side. Criminy. This works for me off camera, but on camera it just does not want to do it. Come on, you. We did so well in rehearsal. Jeez. I don't know why mine's not wanting to connect now. There we go. That's one, and here is two, and you can have it like that. And yeah, so now you got this weird looking tank. You can still tell it's Galvatron, but you can't tell it's Galvatron without this. This is a chain piece, and included with that is a little matrix of leadership, which is exactly the same as the one that came with Earthrise Prime, Studio Series Hot Rod, Kingdom, Rodimus Prime. Like, there's like so many different versions of these. This one seems to be the better one of of them that I've seen, because I do have Studio Series Hot Rod, but I'm not gonna keep him. He's going to somebody else. So, but you can peg the matrix onto the necklace, and with said necklace, there is, let's remove the cannon so this gets a little bit easier, a little slot right here, and it's going to just kind of hang over this, and then you put the gun barrel back, and he's got the matrix, and he's all armored up and ready to go. So, you know, I think it's a pretty decent looking figure. I mean, there are a few things I would change about this figure, but all in all, it's pretty decently nice sized. And speaking of sizes, this guy is barely, and I say this with all like niceness to the figure, it is barely a leader class. Barely, like by a hair. Okay, and you're gonna see that in this review. So without further ado, let me bring out my other Unicron transformed figures. They're not in their vehicle modes because I really didn't give a crap to do that. So here he is with Voyager Kingdom Cyclonus, and as you can see, he's still got a decent tank mode, and he's pretty tall. And finally, here he is with Scourge, otherwise known as my failed review. So, yeah, and so pretty much, the height-wise for vehicle mode, he's like spot on, like perfect sized. So, all right, let's get all these accessories off and get him into robot mode. So I'm gonna peg those. Gonna take the matrix off of his chest, or not his chest, his cannon piece, and now we are ready to begin. So first thing you're going to want to kind of do is flip up these pieces here, and then we're going to take these bottom pieces, which will become his legs, and flip them up till you hear them clip into place. Before I forget, there's a little parts forming, but it's Galvatron, and there's always going to be parts forming with Galvatron, so deal with it. So take the cannon off, put it off to the side, and then we can begin on the rest of the figure. So next thing you're going to want to do is kind of just untab this section. This whole top section is its own piece. It tabs very nicely in there. Next thing you're going to want to do is come to the front and push out these pieces here, which are his side skirts in robot mode. And then you bring these up and just bring it up like that. So now it looks kind of like a really flawed looking bird worm thing. I don't know, but you're going to want to do that. And then you're going to want to kind of undo this whole section here. And you're going to want to pretty much take the legs, or what will become the legs, and push them all the way forward. Make sure this thing piece here comes down like so. And then we can bring this up like so, and then this tab will go into that slot right there. If I can get it to, there we go. That's the tab in correctly. And then this piece, after we've done something with this piece, which I guess you kind of need to untab it first. Bring this down, bring this up, exposing the head. Close this back up, make sure everything sits nice and flush, and then push this up here like so. And then this top piece, why this moves I don't know, but you take this, and if you can get it just right, that's the way the instructions want you to do it. I have looked at the instructions for this. And then we will come back to the arms, And you're going to bring this whole assembly up. This purple tab's going to go in that slot right there, or that tab's going to go in that slot. And you're going to push that in until you hear a click. Do the same thing on the other side. Push it until you feel it kind of click into place or thoop into place. You're going to want to take these tank treads and you're going to want to kind of just accordion them backwards just enough. And this piece here will go right into that hole, but that kind of locks down the bicep swivel, which does not bode well for some collectors, but I'm okay with that. Then you're going to want to pretty much take this tab from that slot. You're going to untab it, flip out the hands like so, and kind of just accordion everything, or maybe not accordion, but just adjust everything and make sure it's all right. Same thing on the other side. Tab that in. Oop. That is the one downfall when you're transforming him. If something slightly is amiss, it's gonna not look great. Split the legs, rotate them forward, take these purple panels here, flip them back, and there's a tab here that will go into this slot right there. Same thing on the other side, bring it down, push it in, tab and slot, and just put that down. Flip everything down, make sure everything's all honky-dory, make sure all these pieces here are just flush with the chest. Then, oh, one more thing I forgot as well. Flip out the heels and just straighten everything out, so just nicely. And then we come back to the gun and pretty much just tab, slot. Not that big of a deal. You do get options if you want it to be left or right arm. So I personally choose to go with the arm, with the right arm. Your left arm, my right arm, as of the moment. And I like to do it where it's on this piece. It's on his elbow hinge, not up at the top like normally I would, but I just don't need to. So make sure everything sits all nice and flush and makes everything look nice. And there you have it. Kingdom Galvatron in his robot mode. And furthermore, it's a nice looking robot mode. Like, honestly, this is a really good looking robot mode. The only downfall that this figure really has is its size. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second here. Let's bring in all the other Unicron cronies or baddies or whatever. Now, notice something different with Galvatron and Cyclonus. Let me give you a hint. Galvatron is a smidge taller than Cyclonus. A leader class is shorter, almost shorter, than a typical Voyager. Why? I don't understand the whole concept and the idea of shrinking toys. Granted, their quality has gone up in the recent years. Only thing I'm not thrilled about is his size, you know. And like I said, this is one of those figures that is like a must-have in this line, because number one, I mean, it's freaking Galvatron. I mean, this would complete any 1986 movie toy collection you got going on here. So, I mean, yeah, this is nice. And because everybody's going to bother me about it until I show it, just a second, until I show it, yes, you can do the whole thing of rotating the arm up, rotate this whole section, and then bring this back, and yeah, you can do that and have the raised shoulder, but I really don't care. Like, truthfully, this is not the biggest deal for me. The lower shoulders doesn't bother me. In fact, they're kind of lowered in the show in Kingdom. If you haven't seen that, I highly suggest you go watch that. It's, you know, on Netflix, so it's a great show. I quite enjoyed the Prime Wars trilogy in Netflix. I personally am one of those people that kind of enjoyed it. It's a new take on the whole idea between the Transformers past and present and future. So I gotta say, it's not terrible. So, yeah. So there you have it. There's Transformers Leader Class, Kingdom Galvatron, And furthermore, oh, before I forget too, he can wear all of his accessories in robot mode, but some of them don't tab in very well. Like, the necklace is the one that bothers me the most. And like I said, you can give him the revenge weapons, but I don't think that needs to be a thing. Like, truthfully, I really don't think this needed to be made. Like, just why? So, yeah, it does work, but I don't care. So, alright, without further ado, this is Thomas Fan at 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content, don't forget to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all my fun stuff in the future. And I don't have a release date for the next... Like, I don't have a release date for the next Goof video. My best guess right at the moment is probably next week. So if you guys are waiting for that, I will definitely have it out and ready for you guys later next week. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more all that fun stuff I said previously, and don't forget to like, comment about what Transformers figure you'd like to see on the channel. We have some more Transformers animated characters making a comeback in this fun time we've got going on here. So, yeah. So, anywho, see you guys later. And don't forget to keep playing with your toys.